If you are a woman over 60 and you have been eating less, cutting carbs, skipping meals, and your weight just keeps going up anyway, I need to tell you something that your doctor has probably never said to you. Eating less is not making you thinner. For your body, at this stage of life, eating less may actually be the reason you are gaining weight. I know that sounds completely backwards, but by the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly why, and you're going to know the 3 specific things to start adding to your day that will actually get your metabolism working for you again and fired up. I'm Nagina Abdullah. I have a degree in molecular and cell biology from UC Berkeley, and I've helped over 1,700 women in their 60s and 70s lose the weight by eating more, not less. Stay with me. I want to tell you a little bit about why I'm qualified to make that claim, because I know it goes against everything that you've been told. I have a degree in molecular and cell biology from UC Berkeley and a master's degree from NYU. I spent years researching the science of midlife metabolism, not to write a paper, but because my own body stopped responding to everything I had always done. I had lost 40 pounds using food as my tool, and then midlife hit me. And the exact same approach that had worked for years stopped working completely. I went back to the research and found what changed everything for me and for the 1,700 women I've coached since. Here's what I'm going to show you today. Why calorie restriction backfires, specifically for women after 60. The number 1 food that actually boosts your metabolism. The 4-step morning routine that wakes up your metabolism for the very first hour of your day. And why what you pair your food with matters just as much as what you eat. This is not about eating less. This is about eating smarter and more. So let's start with the biggest myth in women's health, that eating less equals weighing less. Here's what actually happens in your body when you significantly cut calories. Your body goes into starvation mode. When you don't give your body enough food, it doesn't say, great, now I'll burn the fat. It says there's not enough energy coming in. I need to protect what I have. And then it holds on. It slows your metabolism to conserve energy. And it starts breaking down muscle because muscle is expensive for the body to maintain. And that muscle loss, that's the part nobody talks about. In midlife, our muscle mass is already declining, up to 3% per year after age 40. When you undereat, you accelerate that decline. And here's why that matters. Muscle burns more calories than fat, even at rest. When you lose muscle, your metabolism slows down further. You end up eating less and less just to maintain the same weight, until eventually nothing seems to work. This is the restriction spiral. And the way out is not to eat less. It's to eat more of the right things. The number 1 food that boosts your metabolism is protein. Most women in midlife are eating about half the protein their body actually needs. And that under-eating of protein is one of the biggest reasons that metabolism slows down after 60. Here's what protein does that nothing else does. First, it has a thermogenic effect. That means your body burns about 30% more calories just in the process of digesting protein. You are literally burning calories while eating it. Second, it digests very slowly. You stay full for longer. You stop reaching for quick sugar hits an hour after breakfast. Third, it stabilizes your blood sugar. I wore a continuous blood sugar monitor to watch what was happening in my own body. My blood sugar spiked when I skipped protein. I added it back in and it came right down to normal levels. Not from medications, just from eating the right amount of protein. And fourth, protein directly fights the muscle loss happening in your body right now. When women over 60 increase their protein, I watch their muscle mass stabilize without even changing their exercise routine. So how much do you need? At minimum, 30 grams of protein at breakfast. The morning is the most important window for your metabolism. What you do in the first 90 minutes of your day either wakes your metabolism up or leaves it sleeping all day. I call this the 4-moment metabolism-boosting morning routine. Moment 1, infused debloating water. As soon as you get to the kitchen, pour yourself a glass of infused water. Cucumber, mint, lemon, whatever combination you love. This begins rehydrating your cells and gently reduces morning bloat before your day even begins. Moment 2, cinnamon in your coffee or tea. Add a half teaspoon of cinnamon to your morning coffee or tea. Cinnamon stabilizes blood sugar. When you start your day with stable blood sugar, you are far less likely to experience the mid-morning crash that sends you straight for the sugar. Moment 3, protein more breakfast. 30 grams of protein at breakfast minimum. 2 eggs plus a cup of egg whites with a side of berries. Or you can have Greek yogurt with berries and ground flaxseed. Or you can have a protein smoothie with protein powder, berries, ground flaxseed, and nut butter. The ground flaxseed is my secret ingredient. High fiber. It feeds your beneficial gut bacteria. It keeps you full. Combined with protein, it's a magical combination for your metabolism. Moment 4, an anti-inflammatory boost. Add turmeric to your eggs, your smoothie, your morning bowl. Turmeric contains curcumin, one of the most well-researched anti-inflammatory compounds in the world. You're fighting inflammation from the first meal of the day. Food combining, keep that out, separate. I want to share one more principle because this one changes how people think about food forever. It's not just what you eat, it's what you eat it with. When I wore my blood sugar monitor, I tested eating a piece of fruit alone. My blood sugar spiked. Then I ate the same piece of fruit with a tablespoon of nut butter. My blood sugar barely moved. Same fruit, completely different response in my body. Here's why. Fruit contains natural sugars. When you eat it alone, those sugars break down quickly. Blood sugars spike. Insulin releases. Your body stores fat. But when you add in a healthy fat or protein, nut butter, eggs, Greek yogurt, the fat slows digestion. Sugars release gradually. Blood sugar stays even. There's no spike, no fat storage signal. This is what I mean by the additive approach. You're not removing the fruit, you're adding the nut butter. And that one addition changes everything about how your body processes the meal. I want to share a story that shows you what this looks like in real life. Eileen was 75 when she started working with me. She had been restricting her food for years. She was exhausted, frustrated, and had all but given up. When we started, the first thing I told you was, we're going to feed you more, not less, more. She looked at me like I had two heads. We added protein to every breakfast. We added cinnamon to her morning tea. We added the infused debloating water. We worked on food combining, so her blood sugar stayed stable all day. In 4.5 months, Eileen lost 25 pounds and 5.5 inches from her waist at the age of 75. But here's what's even more unbelievable. She kept going and keeping her metabolism high. And in 10 months, Eileen had lost 70 pounds, got to her 120s in a weight that she hadn't been in since she was 25. And she lost 11 inches from her waist. Her metabolism started off and then it got fired up, and she got to the best shape she's been in since her 20s at the age of 75. Her pants had been completely falling off. But what moved me most was what she said about how she felt. She said for the first time in years, she wasn't thinking about food constantly. She wasn't white-knuckling through hunger. She was simply eating and feeling better than she had in a decade. That's what eating more of the right things does. It ends the struggle. Here's your one homework action for today. Tomorrow morning, add cinnamon to your coffee or to your tea. That's it. One spice that you probably already have. That will begin stabilizing your blood sugar from the very first moment of the day. And you can do the infused debloating water because that is so much fun and so easy to do as well. And if you want to go deeper, I have a free cheat sheet called the Sweet Spice Cheat Sheet. I share 3 science-backed benefits of the sweet spice and 5 easy ways to use it in your day. I also share a belly fat burning tea recipe that you can make tonight using the sweet spice, which you likely have in your kitchen cabinet. The link is in the description below. And if this video helped you understand something about your body you've never heard before, please subscribe. I come out with new videos every week, specifically for women in their 60s and 70s who are done accepting the idea that this is just what getting older looks like. You deserve better answers, and I'm here to give them to you. I'm Nagina Abdullah, and I'll see you in the next video.